Hi everyone, I'm going to do things a little different today. I am going to do a prosperity spell and I look a little sickly. I didn't put on any makeup today and I'm also suffering from hay fever, so that's why I sound like I have a cold. It's horrible. I have been absent for a very long time, a couple of years actually, and that was because besides my channel I also have a job, and that job puts bread on the table and it has priority because of that. And the job became more taxing and I already suffered from several issues that prevented me from working full-time. So in my part-time job I needed a 200% input, and my time off was filled with extra tasks for my job and family issues and my own health issues. And for the last 2 years I really didn't get much into it to do good readings for you. And recently, well, it's not so recent anymore, but last December I got a stroke. It was not too bad, as you can see, because I'm still here. I had a brainstem blood clog, and that's usually fatal. I'm still here. I survived that. But it does come with some disabilities. My eyesight is a bit impaired, causing me extreme fatigue in my eyes. I have difficulty reading, concentrating. I am very sensitive to light and movement and busy patterns on streets or clothing or things like that, moving like in traffic or moving images. My balance has been impaired, so I need a cane to walk. At this moment I am still recovering. I'm 6 months in now and I have made a lot of progress, but I'm still not there yet. I'm still struggling to do just necessary household tasks, and since I live alone, that means I will have to do everything myself, and it's quite a struggle to find the energy and the time to do something like doing readings for YouTube. And I'm also very quickly fatigued, and it's not just normal fatigue, it's the kind of fatigue that makes you cry from exhaustion. It's the kind of fatigue that gives you headache and hyperventilation and nauseousness and dizziness, and it's really, really bad if that happens, because at that point I just need to sit down, cover my eyes and do nothing, get no input, and it's terrible if you after doing groceries have to recover from that for 2 hours before you can even begin to think about doing something else. So that means I only have a few hours of active time in a day, and it takes a lot of time management to get everything done, and I'm also a bit slower. I'm cognitively impaired a bit, in the sense that it takes me more time to process information, and I have trouble reading, so I cannot read books anymore, or emails. Writing and reading emails is quite an issue as well. So while I'm recovering from that, I'm also thinking of ideas on how to kickstart my channel again. Because after such a long absence, I have sunk down to the absolute bottom of the algorithm, and I was just beginning to gain a bit of traction, so I suspect I need to start all over again. At least I now know the kind of amount of work that goes into it, and I also want to improve on things, and I want to broaden my horizons a bit and change up my content. I would like to do a bit of ASMR content in my channel that will help you relax. For me, it's a day job to relax, and so I've become quite proficient at it, and maybe I can help you relax a bit. So that is the intro for the prosperity spell. There are several things that I am going to use, and I will explain to you what they are going to do, what they are going to do, how we are going to use it, and if you want advice on how you can make these things for yourself, I can help you with that as well. Maybe if it works out, and if I had time and energy to set up a shop, I could produce these things and sell them. I was thinking about making spell kits, so if there is interest for buying these for a reasonable price, of course, please let me know if you would like to buy spell kits and what you think they should contain, or how I can provide a handy dandy set that you can take with you, which is small, which is easily to put in your purse or in a how do you call these belt pockets? I don't know what they're called. You know, they're small enough to carry with you easily. And let me know if you have interest in that. So let's go to the show and tell from the things that I'm going to use in this prosperity spell. So here I am again. First, when we are going to do a prosperity spell, first we look at the moon phase. We need to the moon phase to be new moon or waxing. It means that you see a small sliver on your right hand if you look at the moon. If it's on the left hand, it means it's a waning moon and it's going towards the dark moon, which is not a good moment to start these things. You need to start at least when there's a small sliver of moon on your right hand. That means it's waxing, and it's working towards its first quarter. That is the best time to start. That is the time where you plant seeds, and about 2 weeks later you will see the first green leaves coming through the soil. Witchcraft has its origin in planting and harvesting, with working with nature and knowing the cycles of nature. So moon is very important because moon influences all water on the planet, and all plants contain a lot of water. So it's also very important if you want to harvest or sow or whatever chores you can do in the garden with your crops or herbs that you're growing. It's very important to use the moon as your guide. There are plenty of books about it. But going back to our prosperity spell, if we want to make prosperity work, we should do it at planting time, which means the new moon, which is a tiny sliver, up to first quarter, preferably before first quarter, which means the moon is half full, with the illuminated side on your right. So if you can plan it out in that period of time. Next, you want to look at your birth chart and see which sign is your second house. It's preferable, but not necessary. It's just that extra little oomph that you can put into your spell. The second house of your birth chart is about your finances, material wealth, your resources, and all these things that you want to increase when doing a prosperity spell. So if you have a waxing moon in the sign of your second house, that means you give a little extra energy to increasing your material wealth. Thirdly, you want to look at the day of the week. The best days for doing prosperity spells would be the Sunday and the Thursday. You would definitely not want to use the Saturday, and the Monday is debated. But the best days are definitely the Sunday and the Thursday, because the sun is, of course, the bringer of all growth and prosperity on earth. Without the sun, no plant would grow. And a Thursday is the day that's assigned to Jupiter, who is also about attracting things to it. So that would be about the timing. You can even go into the hours of the days. There are resources online that you can find to figure out which hours of the day are related to which astrological sign. So then you can also use the hour that corresponds with your second house sign. That is for the timing of your ritual. Then you would need 4 elements. I usually use a candle for fire, incense or a smudging stick for air, a crystal for earth, and a cup or a bowl of water for water, or a shell, which is also a good representative of water. So then you have these 4 elements. You can draw a circle. There are many ways to do that. You can even just do it by pointing a circle around you. I would advise you to start at the east and make it round 3 times. And in that time you can recite something like, I open this circle, gateway between the worlds, in order to do my magic, or something like that. You can personalize it. You can look things up online if you're not a good rhymer like I am. I'm not a good rhymer. I'm not good at these things. Sometimes I have a good one, but usually they kind of suck. So that is what you do. Then you invite all the 4 elements. So you invite fire, you invite air, you honor them, and you light the candle, you light the incense, you take up your crystal and hold it in your hands and make contact with it, conscious to conscious, consciousness to consciousness, with the stone, with the incense, with the fire, with the water. Really connect with them. Then you can invite your deities. You can invite Lakshmi, which is a Indian goddess of prosperity and fruitfulness. There are other gods and deities. You can pick whatever one you like. I do not often work with deities. I rather connect with the universe itself, where all energy and spirit is, that you can harness yourself. But if you want to invite deities, that would be the moment after introducing the 4 elements. Then you offer your deities an offering. This is very important. Nothing goes for nothing. If you want your spell to work, you need to bring an offering. And as you can see in my offering, there are chocolate pieces. I usually pick chocolate because it's kind of a luxury thing. It's very pleasant to consume. You can. I would prefer nourishing things or luxury things, but usually food is very appropriate. You can think about things like chocolate, honey, nuts even. I tried nuts. They work very well. And if you have an idea of the things that are correlated with your deity, you can pick the things that your deity likes. That works even better. That also goes for the incense that you choose. Now, once you've done that, you are ready to begin the real work. There are so many ways to go about it, and I change up my spells practically every time I do them, because I feel drawn to certain things or attributes. I have a new crystal that I find its energy fresh and inspiring. So all these things, you can change them up. But in the basis, it's important to cover a certain amount of things. And the things that I so far explained, you should try to do them the same way every time. It enforces inside yourself and in the energy around you this magical atmosphere where you feel open to the energies of the deities, the elements, and the universe, and you can actually work with them. It puts you in the right mindset. You can add music to it as you like, whatever helps you to do it. For this time, my prosperity spell contains of a meditation on this crystal. Now, this is a special crystal. It is an andara, and I'm not sure if it's going to show up on camera, but it has a lot of bubbles in it, and if you put, I will show you later, but I have to turn the camera around, but I'll show you later. If you put this in front of a candlelight, it brings to light hidden richness. You'll see what I mean later on in this video. The second thing I'm going to use is this. It is I call it a sparkling spell. It is a spell bottle. It's homemade, and it's a handy dandy travel size, so I can take it with me. And every time I want to focus on something or want to relax, I do this, and then it starts sparkling, and I can just look at it and go with the flow of the sparkles, and it helps my mind relax. It helps me opening my mind, and it makes me receptive to affirmations. And this, of course, this is the golden one. I have them in many colors, but this is a golden one, and this one helps with feeling. Just look at it and see what it does with you. It helps you to feel the richness of your life. It helps you feel being open to receiving riches, knowing that you deserve it. It's about self-worth. It's about knowing that you are worth a lot and being able to manifest it. It corresponds with the third chakra because of the color and because of the self-esteem element that is activated with this. Usually poverty mindset has to do with the lack of self-esteem. You don't feel you deserve it. And this spell, this sparkling spell, helps you with that. If you feel you are self-sacrificing or undeserving, or you are in a poverty mindset, it's really good to use this just to meditate on it, look at it, absorb the luxury feeling of all these gold sparkling things, and know that they are part of you, which you are denying to yourself. So that's how they work, and they come in many colors. They cover many chakra related areas, and they really, really help, and they really, really work. They help to direct your mind to the luxury mindset, the mindset of I am worth it. I know this is my worth. I know how to set my boundaries. I know what I want to let in, and I know what doesn't belong to me. That's the beginning of allowing wealth to come into your life. So that one is very important. Next, what I did is I made my own spell candle. I used old candle wax, which I melted, and I put in a piece of oil pastel crayon. They are like these waxy things. You can use them to coloring. And I put them in old tea light cups. When the tea light gets burned up, I pick out this little thing where the wick is put in. I take that out. I take out all remnants of wax so that I can reuse them. These are about 3 to 4 hours worth of spell. What you can do is use your atami, or atame. I don't know how to pronounce that, honestly. I've always said atame, but I heard someone else who is British say athame. So maybe it's atame, I don't know. So please let me know. So you can write on top of the spell the amount of money that you need, and if necessary, some conditions like tax-free or repayment of loans if you lend someone money and they're not paying you back, things like that. But I would not be too specific. First of all, you don't have space for elaborate stories on here. But secondly, let the universe figure out a way, because our perception is very limited. We think the only possibilities are A, B, and C. But the universe has a much broader view, and there is the knowledge on E, D, C, or I'm fumbling the alphabet. Come on. You know what I mean, from A to Z. They know all. The universe is all knowing and all pervasive. So it's everywhere. It knows where the wealth is that can come your way, which you cannot perceive because of our limited perception, which is because we are in this body. That limits our perception. So this candle, carve in. I've used some oils with it. It's good for you if you want to make your own prosperity candles. I try to make them smell like money. So I try to mix the oils until I feel like this is how money smells. So in this candle I used some lotus oil. I used some lemon oil. I used a bit of cedar. I think I also used lavender. And a bit of mint. Not too much. And together they give like this. I feel this smells a bit like paper money. Like new paper money that's coming out of the out the dispenser. Money. So that's how I mix it up. You can choose whatever oil you think works best. But for me, the combination, these oils that I use, they kind of, to me, smell like money. So you can light this candle, and then we get one of our many Book of Shadows, because in here I somewhere have several prosperity spells. And I'm not going to show all of them, but there is something that I can show you. There is a seal that you can make. I make this seal myself. You can make your own seals. There are different methods for that. If you make this seal, use special paper. Don't use your everyday printing paper. Make it special. Make it worth something. And you can write on there, preferably with green ink or a green crayon or a green, felt pointed, whatever. Anything that gives off green ink will do. And it's also usually good to use money. I have made money candles bigger size, and at the bottom of the candle I put a coin. That's very effective. But I don't have enough coins to put in every candle. So these tiny ones, they don't have a coin. But it is good to have a coin, put this candle on the coin to reinforce the goal. While you are burning this candle, you can use affirmations. I have a really good one. I didn't make it myself. It's from one of my clients, and she is excellent when it comes to her rhymes, so I will share this one with you. I hope she doesn't mind. I think she's okay with it. She wrote the following affirmation: I release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health, and well-being. So mote it be. Now, what I do with my spells, and this is a little secret of mine, spells become more powerful when they are on a melody, like a song. Actual songs are actual spells. Every pop song on the radio is a spell. Whether the singer or the band or the author know it or not, it is a spell. Why is it a spell? Because first, it rhymes, and because of its melody, it's easy to remember. So once you hear it only once, and the rest of the day, your mind will repeat it. Now, that is a spell. That is a very good spell. And so, if you write your own spell, try to make it like a pop song. Easy to remember, catchy melody, and sing it. Sing it while you're burning the candle. Sing it while you're watching your sparkling spell bottle. Sing it while you're meditating on your hidden riches crystal. Sing it during your ritual. after you've finished your ritual, this thing will continue on in your mind. You need to repeat it a couple of times. The more the better. Like the more it gets engraved in your mind, the more easily your mind will repeat it while you're doing other things, like watching a movie, sleeping, eating, going out with friends. Your spell is working in your mind and unconsciously changing up your energy, changing up the way you feel about yourself, what you deserve, where your possibilities are and your opportunities, and then you will see it will work. It will work effortlessly. That is the trick to a good spell. It's my little secret, which is not a secret anymore. Use it with wisdom. Now, there are several ways. You can make this seal on a special piece of paper, and you can release it to the universe by anointing it with all the 4 elements and then putting it into the flame and burning it up. And you don't have to anoint it with all the elements, but it's an aspect that you can add. I usually do not do that, but you can do it. You can hold it with a crystal. You can whiff it through the incense. You can dip a corner into the water and then give it to the fire to transform it and release the energy to the universe to help you accomplish the goals of your spell. I use handmade paper for this. I bought a block. I'll show you. So this is my spell paper. I bought this a long time ago. It's handmade paper and it's very special, as you can see. It's in a beautiful booklet with this golden ribbon. And it really makes this very special paper to me. Maybe you can see. It's really beautiful paper. I have already used some of it, but not all of it. I'm very conservative with using this paper. I only use it if I'm really dead serious with a spell. Because I have kind of promised myself or set myself this, how do you say that, ultimatum. This is all of the spells I can cast during my life. This is it. Once all these spell papers are gone, it's over, no more spells. So that makes it that I am very careful for using this paper. I don't use it lightly. This is a way, if you can put a boundary to yourself like that, it will help you to take your spells seriously. I suppose we got cut off. That's because of memory issues. No problem for me. So if you can put a boundary on yourself, on how many spells you can cast throughout your life, it will help you take your spells seriously. You don't use them lighthearted, and when you use them, you are dead serious about them. You prepare them. You may be working on them weeks on beforehand, working out what you need, when to time it, how you are going to go about it, when you are going to do it, make up your spells, make up your seals, all these things, all these preparations, they can last for weeks. And then a very important aspect to spell casting is omens. Look for good omens before you cast your spell. If you don't get any, hold off on it. Let the universe help you to decide when or how or where is the right timing for your spell. if I get no omens or even bad omens before casting a spell, I hold off. I'm not gonna do it because it will will have adverse effects. It may, if you want to do a prosperity spell with bad omens, it could make you lose money instead of gain. You know, things like that. So be wary of that. Make sure you have good omens like synchronicities or appropriate spirit animals that come to you in whichever way they do. If you find a coin on the street or a feather, all these things, or, you know, you just feel like you're in this flow, like a surfer who's catching a wave and who's riding it. If you got that feeling, then you're golden. And while doing your ritual, like I said, with the 4 elements, connect with them, connect with the universe, and await response. If you don't feel any response, your message didn't get through. If you wait for a response or and that will usually happen when you have a good omen, then you will get a response during your ritual. So these are all aspects that will help you with successfully casting your spell. Second, you need to remember that whatever magic you do, if you do it for benefits or for harm, everything you send out during your life will return to you upon death. You need to remember that. It's a wisdom that I gained from my spirit guardian, my guardian angel. He told me this. And so remember that. Do not do any harm. Never do any harm, because you will get it back in tenfold. And after you leave your body, it's different. It's much more real than it is in this body. And there's no escaping. There's no denying reality. There's no telling yourself stories that aren't true because you're in denial of whatever is true. You know, it's there. It's in your face. It's inescapable, and it will hurt more than you hurt someone else. It will be in multitude of what you dished out during your lifetime. So that is very important to know. So I think, and there are many ways that you can do a prosperity spell. I have several in my Book of Shadows, and this is what I'm going to do tonight. Not today. I like to do my spells at night. Maybe it's even a clear night. Maybe we can even get the moon to join. And I'll try to invite you in this spell, in this circle as well, so that when I cast a spell, you can see yourself as, how do I say that? No, like joining in with casting this spell, and it might work for you too. I do hope so. I know in times like these, we all need a little bit extra prosperity. So I'm gonna end it right here, and I'll see you later today when I'm going to cast this prosperity spell, and you can join. See you later. Hi there, welcome to this prosperity spell ritual. You can see I have everything laid out here, and except for one thing, and that is my incense. Okay, we are ready to start. Thank you for joining me in this prosperity spell. Before I draw the circle, I will show you some of the things that I'm going to tell something about some of the things. First, these are my good omens. This one I found a longer time ago. And this one I found tonight. This is a very good omen for a prosperity spell, as they are marbles. And the country where I live, we have a saying that someone plays the game for the marbles and not for the game. And marbles is synonym for money. So finding marbles, especially this big one, this one is, in Dutch we call it a bom, and in English that would translate to a bomb. That means this is a bigger one. This is generally worth 10 of those smaller ones. So finding a biggie is a big positive omen. So that's what I take with me tonight. The moon is in Leo, which is my second house sign. And I will begin with drawing the circle. I start at the east, which is that direction. You may not be able to see and follow everything, because it's really hard for me to do the spell, concentrate on the magic, and concentrate on filming as well. So I have a fixed camera position, and that shows the altar and everything I do on there. Now, I welcome you. I hope you are bathed, and if not, pause this video and take a nice bath. Clean yourself, wash yourself, make sure you are clean. You can do that by taking a bath with sea salts or Epsom salts, or if you have no way of taking a bath, washing your hands is also a good option. Hereby I open the circle, gateway to the other realm, to assist and to safeguard my magic work. Now I can put some of these tools aside, for I won't need all of them, and if I do, I can take them from here, because I have limited space. So we are gathered here in this circle, for we are in need of prosperity. So I would like to invite the elements, and I will begin with the element of fire, fire. I welcome you into this circle to assist us with our ritual. Thank you for joining. I invite the element of air into the circle to assist with this ritual. I invite the element of water in this circle to assist with this ritual. I take a sip. And last but not least, I invite the element of earth in this circle to assist with our ritual. Welcome all elements. I also invite into this circle the deity Lakshmi, the Queen of Abundance. Be welcome in my circle. I have an offering for you consisting of chocolate and luxury sweets, which are yours to consume in exchange for your help with my ritual. I also invite my personal safeguard angel. I will not mention his name here, but you are welcome as well to assist me and to protect me during this ritual and to hear my wishes. Now, before we start, I'd like to meditate on this crystal for a moment. It can show us some of the magic. I'm afraid the camera, the lighting, is preventing the gold from showing up, which means that I will have to turn off the lights for a moment to allow you to be able to see what we are trying to do here. Let's meditate on wealth and abundance. Green is the color of nature. Green is the color of money. Gold, which is still not really visible here in the camera. I can see it myself, but maybe I'm trying to figure out the best way to make it visible. It's not showing up on camera. That's too bad, because I can see the gold sparkles very well. But still, for you, this green is the color of money, the color of Mother Nature, which will help us in this ritual. The hidden riches will come to light from deep below the surface into the light. Now, second, I have already prepared a spell paper and drawn out the seal with pencil, so I don't have to measure, I can just draw it. And before we get to that, we have this coin and we have this candle. Now this candle is already anointed because I added oils when I made it. So what we are going to do, we are going to use our atami and carve out the amount of money I will put it into that stone circle. Now we will chant and write our seal. I have special ink for that and a special pen, as you can see. It's going to be a bit messy. I release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health and well-being, so mote it be. I release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health and well-being, so mote it be. I release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health and well-being, so mote it be. I release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health and well-being, so mote it be. release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health and well-being, so mote it be. I release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health and well-being, so mote it be. Let me turn on the light for a moment. Oh, for dramatic effect, the darkness was beautiful, but now we need the light. I release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health and well-being, so mote it be. I release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health and well-being, so mote it be. I release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health and well-being, so mote it be. I release all that stands in the way of prosperity and success. I open myself to abundance and great opportunities. I am rich in ever-increasing wealth, health and well-being, so mote it be. Now, dear Lakshmi and my personal guardian angel, you know my needs, you know my wishes, and of those who are watching. I ask of you to please help me with this endeavor and make sure that this work is not for naught. In return for your efforts, I have prepared an offering for you, consisting of a luxury chocolate and very nice tasting candies in gold wrappings. These are yours to consume. I ask of you, please, be kind to us and help us with our needs, as expressed during this ritual. We are in need of prosperity. We are in need of a windfall, a breakthrough, financial gains, benefits, luck, wealth, and prosperity. I have prepared moon water, which is also part of the offering, and I have lit gold myrrh incense as part of this offering. And since I was provided with a positive omen, I see that and I interpret that as a promise of your help with our needs. This seal reflects our needs. It is of prosperity and wealth, an increase in our finances. The aforementioned amount as carved into our prosperity candle, which has been placed in a stone circle with the right symbols and the empowering crystals in the top stones, seated on a golden colored coin. It cannot be misunderstood what our needs are, and I humbly wish and ask for your assistance. I now feel a hand on my shoulder, and I see a reassuring face looking kindly at me and smiling. Everything will be well. Thank you thousandfold for your help. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. If no one else, you are always here when I need you. Thank you. I will now release our wish I will hold it through the incense. I will touch it with the earth element. Thank you for your assistance. I will dip a corner into the moon water. And now I will give it to the flame. Transform and release our wishes into the universe, so that it can be fulfilled. Thank you very much for granting our wish and fulfilling our needs. Remind us when we can do something in return. I will now thank the 4 elements for their presence in this circle. First, I want to thank air for the wonderful fragrance and the ability to transmit thoughts and ideas, to create and transfer words from here to there, from me to you. I thank water from you fluid from my eyes tonight, knowing that our work has been blessed and granted with success. Water, the element of fertility, of life, of emotions and psychic abilities. Thank you for your presence. Earth, it is you that we need most. It is you that consists of our needs and our wish. We need material gain, and without you, we will not be able to sustain our bodies, our life, and our thoughts, and our minds, and the spirit that lives in us. You are the vessel, and you are the sustenance for all our needs. Thank you for your presence in this circle. And last but not least, fire. Thank you for your presence in this circle. You are the element of spirit, the inner flame, the spark of God, the inspiration and the power to transform. You bring light and warmth and passion. Thank you for your presence in this circle. Now has come the time to thank the presence of our deities, of Lakshmi, who is like a sweet and nurturing mother to me, and my guardian angel, who knows me best, and whom I deeply love. Thank you for your presence and your blessings and your assistance. I will leave these offerings for you to take whenever you like. It is now time to dismantle our circle. Hereby I dismantle the circle, so the magic within can be free. It is not disappeared, but it is dismantled. Now this was the ceremonial part of our ritual. I could actually feel the presence of Lakshmi. I described it during the ritual. She was there, and my guardian angel was there as well, and they both blessed this magical work. I will leave this candle burning as long as it burns until it goes out. Our magical work here now is done. I would like you, even though you are not in the room with me, but I am now going to make myself comfy. I'm going to make myself a nice pot of tea and get me some snacks and snip-snaps and things to eat and to enjoy the rest of my night. I started this ritual at about 11 o'clock. It's now almost 11:40, so we have been at this for about 35 to 40 minutes. I hope you enjoyed to be present with this ritual, and I do hope that it has a positive effect on you. And also, I hope that you will do what I do. Make yourself comfy. Get yourself something nice to drink and eat. And rest assured that your needs will be met. Thank you so much for joining me in this magic ritual. And I wish you the very, very best. Be blessed. Bye.